Whether you're Liberal or just in Labor, you're listening to the Late Start Debate with your host, Pino.
Is it standing by a mate when he's in a fight, or just Vegemite? The beautiful lyrics and melody of John Williamson with True Blue. I'm Pino, and this program is all about putting the U back in utopia. It's 10:45 on a balmy Melbourne night, and all the kids should be in bed, but are they? Our comrades down at the Labor Party would say no. They've made a unilateral decision that school would be better off starting at 10 a.m. so that our overstimulated, game-addicted teens can get an extra hour of internet shenanigans on a school night. Are we just pandering to another minority, or is this a legitimate tactic by the bleeding hearts from the left to woo the youth vote? I'll let you decide. The lines are open now, and my beautiful producer, my pal and your pal, the lovely Ali's, will be taking your calls. We have a caller on line one. Go ahead, Christopher.
I think this is a step backwards, to be honest. I think this is an attack on family values. I think it's un-Australian and it's going to hit working families where it hurts the most.
Un-Australian. I couldn't agree more, Christopher. Definitely an attack on family values. And remember, I'm the man that fights every day for the A and the U in values. Another calling on the line. We've got Deb in Epping.
First-time caller, Pino.
No, don't be nervous, Deb. I'm just here to listen. Forget about the hundreds of thousands of people there in Radioland and just focus on me.
Thanks. I don't normally listen to your show.
Well, I certainly won't hold that against you.
I think it's a good idea.
Sorry, Deb, you must be on a mobile. I didn't quite catch that.
I'm on a landline, but it's a good idea, the starting later. I read the report from Brown University, which states that puberty alters the biological clock and programs teenagers to fall asleep about an hour later than they did when they were younger. It also makes them sleep later.
I think you're trying to blind us with science there, Deb.
I'm just trying to point out...
sorry, look, it appears we've lost you there, Deb. Must have gone into a tunnel or something. If you'd gone with Telstra Mobile, that would never have happened. I have Derek in Montrose. Go ahead.
I work, the wife work. Well, what are we meant to do? You know, we pay our taxes like everyone else, and we expect the schools to look after our kids, while we go out and earn.
Yes, good point, Derek. We're expecting less and less of our teachers and paying them more and more. I'd personally like to see the teachers working through those long holidays they get, picking up some of the slack in our childcare centres. We have Ajak on the line. Yeah, I don't know if I got that name right. I just read what's in front of me. Don't shoot the messenger.
No, it's Jack. I'm a teacher in a western suburb state.
Good on you, Ajak. Good to see you putting some of your skills to use. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Pino. I appreciate the encouragement. Just for a bit of balance.
Oh, well, that's what we're all about here, balance. We put the lance back in balance.
Nice one. I just want to give the teacher perspective.
And we want to hear it. But, look, we're right up against the news here, and we've got a stack of callers on the line, so I'm going to have to go to Buffy in Greensboro.
Hi, I'm a high school student.
And you should be asleep at this hour. Moving on, Arcadia in Bacchus Marsh.
There's more to this than meets the eye, Pino.
Oh, it certainly is. I couldn't agree more.
It's the government.
Right with you there on that one.
They're trying to move us all onto nocturnal clocks, disrupt our circadian rhythms.
Clocks and rhythms.
The Mayans predicted it all, you know.
Did you say the miners?
Mayans, they were an ancient alien race, came from the skies to grow us like sheep as food. And the government, they're part of it. Gillard, alien. Abbott, definitely alien. Peter Garrett's forehead.
Okay, I think we'd better move on there. Now we have a message from our sponsors. Not that any of them are linked with alien abduction.
Have you considered a career in radio podcasting? Then look no further than sanspantsradio.com, now taking applications.
Welcome back. It's getting late and I'd like to have the final say on this late start debate. Stuff 'em, I say. Make them start the same time as anyone else. When we start pandering to minorities, it's the thin edge of the wedge. And if we all want to live on a level playing field in this land of the fair go, then we have to accept a few hard home truths. And by the way, none of them are to do with Mayans. But it's all to do with teachers. And their responsibility to us as taxpayers. They're bosses for all intents and purposes. They're bosses. And, might I say, they shouldn't forget that. And if we can't control the internet, well, we can't. I mean, who's next? Once we let them dictate to us, who is next? I mean, before we know it, we'll have feminist groups coming into the studio. There'll be mayhem on the streets. They'll start all kinds of caucus meetings. Remember what the Labor Party gave us back then, only a few years ago, where they started raising funds for left-handed feminist surfers to have research into whether or not they were more delicious to sharks. Now, I can tell you from my own personal research that they are not. And I, like you, are sick and tired of these members of the opposition that do nothing but complain. Get off your fat, hairy backsides and actually do something. Make the government accountable and give some alternatives. I'm Pino. This has been a pleasure for me and for you. Good night, keep left and look after yourselves.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's Late Start debate. And coming up next is an all-new In Favour of the Filter. But first, the smooth sounds of daybreak.